Hi, good morning. Period 3-4, sixth grade. How are you? All right, today we're going to continue our work with ratios and tables and double number lines. But first, we're going to start with a warm-up. And the warm-up, hopefully you recognize this. It looks very similar to one of your DUA questions. I need you guys to write down two expressions that would represent the area of the rectangle shown. We're going to do the warm-up. We're going to review your homework. The other class had some questions, so I'm not sure if you have questions too, but we will definitely review it for you. And then we're going to tackle two tasks in lesson 12, sorry. We did that yesterday. And then you'll finally be ready for the exit ticket that's been online for a while for lesson 12. It'll be due tomorrow. Good morning, Brian. Thank you for joining again. All right, so sketch that warm-up up. It's a rectangle. How do we get the area of a rectangle? Hopefully you guys remember. Hi, Alex. All right, two expressions. Two expressions that are going to show the area for this rectangle. How do we get the area of a rectangle, guys? Good morning, Alana. Thank you for joining. Nice job, guys. Nice job. Base times height. Okay, you could say that. Usually, for a rectangle, we would say length times width, but I know what you mean by that. A rectangle still has a bottom and it still has a height, right? Okay, so let's do that. Let's use that as a model. Which one would you use as your base then? No, it's fine, it's fine. Which one would you use as a base? What would you say is the bottom of the rectangle? The 2? You could if you were standing the other way, so we could do that. So if we do area equals length times width, or you're saying area equals base times height, if this was the base, we can have 6 times what? Oh, you said 2. Okay, good. That's better. Nice job. So we'd have 6 times that right there. So you said 2. So maybe you meant this one. So then that means that the whole base, x plus 2. Maybe I misunderstood you. When you said 2, I think you mean x plus 2. Okay, so that's actually one of them already. How do we get the second one? What's equivalent to 6 times the quantity of x plus 2? What's equivalent to that? 6 what? Hopefully you guys remember this from, it's a while. From December, there was one of the days that I was out. Mr. Casamento went over this with you guys. It's something that you guys really enjoyed. Okay, 6x, continue it, Alana. 6x what? Use what kind of property? What property is she using right now to get 6x? I didn't give you a unit, so you don't have to say feet, but we're not done here. If you use the distributive property, okay, you distribute the 6. 6 times x is 6x. What's 6 times 2? And boom, you're done. That's 2 equivalent expressions, and they both represent the area. Okay, nice job. How can we test if those 2 equivalent expressions are actually equivalent? How can we test them? Hopefully you tell Ms. Leggett that we can pick a value for x, plug it in, and then test if it's actually true. So I'm going to erase that. And you guys come up with a number that I could put there. That's right. Whatever number we put here, we have to get the same exact number. So somebody pick, you want to pick 3? Okay, let's put 3 in there. If I put a 3 in here, and I put 3 here, what's 3 plus 2? It's 5. 5 times 6 is 30. What's 6 times 3? 18. What's 18 plus 12? 30. So check. We did good. These are the 2 equivalent expressions to represent the area of this rectangle. Any questions on that, guys? Good job. Any questions at all on the warm-up? Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we did it. That's right. Okay, so then warm-up is done, which means we're going to review 11.3. I'll leave that up there for now. 11.3 looked like this. Maybe there's a glare. Let's see if we can fix that for you. Okay, I think that's better. If it's still too blurry or not visible, let me know. Whoa, 1 million subscribers? That would be crazy. This was the assignment that I needed you guys to do, so I am going to show you my work, and then you tell me if you have any questions. That's the table filled out completely. Well, actually, Alana, what I'm doing here is attached to my job with New Brunswick Schools. So I wouldn't want to get paid again through YouTube because I'm already getting paid. I think that would be a separate job. If I went solo and wanted to teach strictly online, I would have to quit my job with New Brunswick and then become like a teacher streamer or something. And I would miss you guys too much. So I'm just gonna stay with what I'm doing right now. Okay, what do you guys think? Did you guys get the same thing in the table? Did you answer similarly, different? What did you say? What questions do you have? Talk to me. How did I get 20? How did I get 20 to match with 28? What did I have to do? Hopefully you tell me to multiply by 4. 7 times 4 is 28. And then 5 times 4 is 20. The other class had a couple of questions right here. I don't think that they were sure in how to word it. But basically in number 2, they're looking for you to describe what you did in order to fill out the table. So you could put it in your own words. How did you get started? What did you do to fill in the missing blanks? And then the bottom is a little bit more, I'm going to be a little bit more strict with the answer. Because for the bottom, if you look back in the book, in the glossary for the definition of an equivalent ratio, in order to determine that 2 ratios are equivalent, you must use the same factor to multiply each of the part of the ratio. And that's why I asked you, how did I get 20? What was my factor? What was my multiplier? It was 4. 7 times 4 is 28. 5 times 4 is 20. Do you guys have any questions on this assignment at all? Because if not, I'm going to continue to go. And then if anybody watches this later, they can ask me separately in the comments. Okay, cool. So then we're going to get started with 12.2. That way we stay on track. Okay, 12.2. Lesson 12 in your book. Activity 2 is looking to compare tacos. We're going to compare tacos. Would you guys please fill out the table at least 2 rows? 2 rows for Noah. At least use this table for Noah. I'm going to do something different in this stream than I did in the other one. In the other one, I used the same table for both people. That's actually a big no-no. I was just trying to improvise and save some time. So I would like you to use the table here for Noah. And then if you have space in the book or in your notebook, do a separate table for number 2, which is Jada. All right, and I'll do that on the board here. Can you divide 2? Absolutely. Absolutely, because, and I'm really glad that you said this, Alana. See, when we talk about the definition and we say factor or multiplier, it's talking about multiplication, but it doesn't mean you can't use division. You can use division to help you get your answers, because usually dividing is the same thing as multiplying by the reciprocal, right? Okay, so let's look at what Alana is saying. And let me use 11.3 as our example here. We had a table and we had 7 and 5, and we had 28 and a big question mark. So Alana says, well, can't we just divide? What if I don't know 7 times 4 is 28? What if it's a decimal? What if it's some really big number? What if it's just confusing me? What's the shortcut, or what's the method that you could always count on? Isn't 28 divided by 7 equal to 4? So you can use division to still find your answer. And then you know for sure that 7 times 4 is 28, and 5 times 4 is 20. So yes, Alana, you can use division to help you out. I want you guys to use whatever strategies are helping you the most and what you're comfortable with. I do want you to try new things and practice them in case you're ever forced by direction to do something. For example, let's say you're more comfortable with tables than you are double number lines. A problem might say, draw a double number line. You might not have a choice but to use one. Now, does that mean you can't use a table? If the table helps you fill out the double number line, then by all means, do it. But you might be restricted on time too. So you do have to learn new things and you do have to practice. But let's go ahead and do that, please. Fill out 2 tables, one for Noah and one for Jada. I will put Noah here on the left, and Jada on my right. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, perfect. Let's try to keep them lined up. It's not really necessary, but it might help when I'm explaining. So here we're gonna have Noah. It'd be nice if Noah was here, right? Good morning, Stephanie. Jada. Actually, okay, and then let me label which one is which. We got tacos and dollars. Tacos and dollars. Okay, hopefully you guys are either done or almost done filling out a table for each person. What page? Okay, we are on lesson 12, activity 2. Good morning, Jordan. Lesson 12, activity 2, and it looks just like this. Looks just like this, comparing tacos for 2 people. Ryan, did you find it? Good morning, Laurel. All right, cool. We got a lot of people here compared to yesterday. This is good. And hopefully I don't miss. Let me make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think I'm missing 2 people. Jordan. I wrote down Jonathan. Hey, I'm glad you can make it. So I have Jonathan, Jordan, Stephanie, Alana, Alex, Brian C, and Laurel. Am I missing anyone that's here? All right, I'll say it one more time because if I'm missing somebody, you got to say hi or present so I mark you down. Alana, Alex, Brian C, Laurel, Stephanie, Jordan, and Jonathan. Did I miss anybody? Oh, good morning, Giovanni. We're on lesson 12, activity 2. I need you guys to turn to this and fill out a table. Fill out the table in the book for Noah and make a separate table for Jada, please. Excellent. Yes, Brian, I wrote you down, buddy. Okay. Yes, I have you down, Jonathan. Okay. I guess I have everybody, and I got Geo. Okay, good. All right, let's do this. So, with Noah in number 1, Alana, would you open up resources then? Lesson 12, activity 2. If you don't have your book, please go to open up resources. We're still in unit 2. This is lesson 12, activity 2. Okay, cool, awesome. Okay, now they actually give us some information, right, for Noah. They said that he buys 4 tacos and he pays $6. So you guys can write that in. 4 tacos, $6. Now, normally, we would start skip counting, right? If it was a double number line, we might go 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 6, 12, 18, blah, 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 right? We might do that. Instead of doing that, I would like you to use one of the rows to find how many tacos he could buy for $15. So that means the 15 is here, and we want to find this one. So I'll put a question mark over here. What matches with 15? $15. How many tacos? Good morning, Ashley. Good morning, Louis. Great. Oh, man, this is awesome. We're on lesson 12, activity 2. Lesson 12, activity 2. So I want you to use one of the rows for here. And what do you think I'm going to ask for in another row? What else is really important in a problem like this? Or in real life, what might we be the most interested in a problem like this? 4 times 3 will give us what, Ashley? 4 times 3. If I do 4 times 3, what do I get? 4 times 3 is 12. 6 times 3 is 18. So now I know, based on what you just told me, that at the price that Noah is paying for his tacos, if I were to buy 12 tacos, I'd have to have $18. Okay, but that didn't answer my question. Number 1 wants to know how many tacos can you buy for $15? Lay her out. Okay, 18. Good. Okay. Four times 2, you want to try? Okay, what's 4 times 2? 4 times 2 is 8. 6 times 2 is 12. Okay, we need more ideas. Oh, okay. Alana says, let's take the shortcut and let's just divide. All right, what is 15 divided by 6? What do you get? What's 15 divided by 6, folks? Hopefully you get 2.5. 2.5, Laurel. 2.5. So that means that if I take 6 and I multiply by 2.5, I get 15. So now let's do the same thing for 4, please. 4 times 2.5 is what? Good. 4 times 2.5 is what? Okay. So 10. Noah can buy 10 tacos for $15. No 0.1, just 10. Good. Okay. So no one has said the phrase that I was looking for just yet. So if you want, we could come over here to Jada and then we can go back to these 2 spots over here. If it comes to you, then just ask or say it, okay? The original question was after we answered question number 1, he could eat the 10 tacos for 15, or buy them, I should say. I don't know if he's eating them. What other kind of information would we be interested in to put into those rows? Okay, so think about that. Now let's go over to Jada number 2. This time, she bought 50 tacos and paid $72. 50 tacos, $72.
Okay, and the question here is she paying the same price per taco? So talk to me, what do you think? A very high price for tacos. Well, it's a lot of money to buy tacos. I agree. It would probably be a lot cheaper to buy the ingredients and make them. But 50 tacos is also a lot. I'm still waiting for that question though. It's a very high price for tacos. Can we really be sure? Because yes, thank you, Ashley. It's because of how many. Woo! Okay. 50 is a lot, right? So we're gonna pay a lot of money. So if I really wanted to compare the prices, what should I have? What should I know? Alana did 72 divided by 50. Okay, let's put that in our table and see if that's helpful. If I divide by 50 here, what's 50 divided by 50? It's 1. So Alana is saying if we do divide by 50 on both sides, I'm going to get the price for one taco. So what's the price for one taco? Nice job, guys. What's 72 divided by 50? Hopefully you guys get $1.44. Now I have a question for you. Is that a lot of money? Do you think $1.44 for one taco is a lot of money? Nice job. Good job. This is awesome. You guys are great. Yeah, now it seems like it's reasonable, right? Because it's for one taco, $1.44. That seems a lot more reasonable. So I have a question though, because number 2 wants to know, is she paying the same rate? Ashley, I'm actually doing the stream based on the same schedule that I've been doing because I've only been meeting with you guys for an hour. And early dismissal is usually about an hour anyway of time with students. So you're funny. That's cute. Let's see. Yeah, she pays $1.40 for every time. Okay. Now, how are we going to compare these two? Because number 2 wants to know, is she paying the same rate? And we still don't know that yet. If we had that's one of the things that I was looking for over here. I was looking for you guys to say, hey, in real life, we might be interested in a unit rate or a unit price. So how much is our boy Noah here paying per taco? Yes, we do. Absolutely. Okay, and how are we going to do it? You can use any of the rows in a table. Right now, my rows are kind of sloppy. So I'm going to use the one that Ashley took us to earlier. If I divide here by 12, 12 divided by 12 is 1. What's 18 divided by 12? That's right. He's paying $1.50 per taco. So the answer to number 2 is no, they're not paying the same rate because Jada is only paying $1.44 per taco, whereas Noah is paying $1.50. Why 2? Where do you see the 2? Oh, maybe number 2? Is that what you're asking me? Why 2? I'm talking about number 2 right now. I'm not sure what you're asking me, Ashley. We're talking about number 2 right now. We already answered number 1. Number 1, we said he could buy 10 tacos for $15. Okay, cool. I didn't fill that in. I'm sorry. 15 divided by 6 was 2.5. Now, there was actually another way that you could have decided whether or not she was paying the same price. And what is that way? Ashley, for 11.3, you just do questions 1, 2, 3. That's it. Are you ready for more? Is something separate? Can you be more specific, Alana? Fill out the chart. Can you be more specific, Alex? Because you guys are both warm, very warm in your answer. Very close. That's how I started. I didn't start with a unit rate when I was doing my work. I'll show you what I did. And that's why I chose to do it differently with you guys, because it got a little sloppy. When I did my work, I tried to see if there was an equivalent ratio. 4 to 6, I wanted to see if I could get from 4 to 6 to 50/72, and there was no way to do it. I actually used 10 to 15, I'm sorry. 10 times 5 is 50, but 15 times 5 was not 72, it was 75. So I used the answer in number 1, 10 to 15. And I was never able to get to 50/72, and that told me that they were not paying the same price. Now, it didn't tell me whose was cheaper. It didn't tell me how much more or less someone was spending. So the unit rate actually does that for us. It gives us a lot more information. Okay, cool. Nice job. Okay, now that is actually 12.2, so we're ready for 12.4 unless someone has questions. Any questions? Are we okay with this? Because if you're okay with this, I think you're going to be just fine with 4. Okay, take a look at 12.4, please. Why is it this folders already? 12.4 looks like this. And I want to draw your attention to something that I hope you noticed. Let's see if I can get over here. Do you see how they have tick marks right here in the middle? It's right in the middle of that end and that end. This is the middle. You guys are funny. So if it's in the middle there, then what numbers do we put there to keep the double number line very representative of the numbers that are being shown? What is the middle of 128, in other words? And what is the middle of 32? What are those numbers cut in half? Hopefully you tell me 64 and 30 and 16, right? Now I want to tell you, thank you. I want to tell you, Ashley, it's okay, because the good thing about this is that you know, if something keeps you from participating in the stream, you can watch it later, which means no matter how slow anything is, you hopefully could download it and still watch it. Okay, I know it can be frustrating. I wanna go over something that we're seeing right now. with the double number line. With a double number line, you want to truly represent the numbers. So for them to put the tick mark right in the middle like that, and they didn't label it, you should be able to tell right away that it's cut in half without them even telling you, because visually that marker was right in the middle, and the numbers on the double number line have to represent the values. So for example, let's pretend I wanted to count by fives on a number line. I want to count by fives, so tell me, would I do this? Would I do that? No way. I wouldn't do that because it's not showing me a consistent 5 every single time. Good job. I have to keep it basically equidistant between each number. So, and we're not perfect, right? And without a measuring tool, it's not going to be perfect. Even with measuring tools, you probably have picked this up in science, that there's always this amount of error, right? Amount of human error or the tool's error, right? But we can get as close to perfect as possible by being diligent. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, I would evenly space them out. Evenly space them out. Now, even this is not perfect, but you get the idea, right? That the amount of space should be shown. Okay, now why is Ms. Leggett telling us this? Ms. Leggett's telling you this because in 12.4, they showed us the halfway mark, and we just filled it in with 64 and 16. And they want us to keep cutting it in half. Cut it in half, cut it in half, cut it in half. And if we keep cutting it in half, that means we have to keep cutting the space in between the numbers in half. So I'm going to show you what I mean. I kept cutting the space in half, estimating. Okay, I didn't use a tool. I just estimated halfway between the tick marks, between 0 and the number I needed to cut in half. So please fill out your double number line like this. And when you're done, I want you to tell me which unit rate do we have. Okay, which unit rate do we have? You should tell me that according to this double number line, the unit rate that we have right now, if you filled out your double number line, we have $1 will get me 4 gigabytes. So the unit rate that I have right now is for $1. Now, I want you to look down at number 2, and do we have the information to answer number 2? Are they asking how many gigabytes we could get for $1? No, right? They're actually looking for the reverse. They're looking for 1 gigabyte costs us how much, and that's what we have to figure out right now. And in order to figure that out, I need you to, I believe you have to turn your page in order to view the table. Guess what? We're going to use this table to answer the question on number 2. I want you to fill this out the same way you filled out the double number line, but you don't have to worry about space this time because it's a table. keep cutting it in half, cutting it in half, and cutting it in half until you reach the end of the table, and I'll put that up here, okay? They started us off with 128 and 32, and you already know, yes, keep dividing by 2. You already know what 128 is cut in half because you did that on the double number line. You guys told me that it was 64 and 16. Cut those in half again. What do you get? That was also on your double number line. Cut that in half again. Again. And again. See, we have the dollar matching with the 4 gigabytes. That's this one. But that's not what we need. We need the one to be in this column because we're interested in a gigabyte. Cut 4 in half. Cut 1 in half. Half of $1 is 50 cents, right? So put whatever you like. Put the 50 cents if you want, since we're talking about money, or you could put the fraction a half to represent half $1. Half of 2, we finally got there. We finally got to 1 gigabyte. So what's the answer? What's half of 50 cents? Nice job. So now we answered the question mark, and that one was for number 2. Number 2 asks you, how much does 1 gigabyte cost? It costs 25 cents. 1 gigabyte costs 25 cents. Number 3 is just a matter of opinion and what your experience was. So tell me what you like about each one of them. What do you like about the double number line? What do you like about the table? What don't you like? I think for me, I feel a little bit freer with tables that I don't necessarily have to go in order. I could kind of like jump all over the place. And we're going to use tables a lot as you get older in math. They're pretty powerful. It's not that double number lines aren't. I do like double number lines, especially for the book that we're going to get into next after this, Unit 3. Double number lines will be like our best friends. Yes, I agree, Alana. Tables are pretty easy to go back and forth, multiply, divide. Yes, absolutely. Anyone else? What I do like about the double number line, I will tell you, is that there's just so much order to show spacing, to show skip counting, things clearly matching up. Do you guys have any questions about activity 4 from lesson 12? That's a very good question, Alana. And I don't know the answer to that. I think I'm going to have to share the activities with you, as well as you guys look online, because the book is online. I really wish that I had seen you guys like maybe one more day, and then I would have handed them out in hindsight, but I can't go back in time. I'm sorry. Okay. So I feel good about your comments. So we're gonna move on. On Google Classroom, the exit ticket that goes with this lesson has been up there for a while. and I kept pushing it back. I need you to do that lesson 12 exit ticket for tomorrow. Okay, that's basically your homework. It's an exit ticket. If you were in class, we would be using the last time for class to make sure that if you have any questions. I would like to also take any questions that you have on any Moby Max questions. Maybe some are giving you a hard time, or if you have old work that you're trying to catch up with, I can take questions here for that too. All right. I'll give you a couple of minutes to ask me questions, and then if you guys don't have questions that are here in the stream. Okay, Jonathan. I got a couple of things that I can mention here on the stream. Alana, you go ahead and you type your question. I'm going to answer Jonathan's comment. Couple of things, okay? Look with your computer when you're looking for networks. I want you to search to see if there's anything that looks like a New Brunswick hotspot, because they're trying their best to help out right now with students and connecting to Wi-Fi. If you do not see anything for New Brunswick, one of the teachers had shared, and I put it on Google Classroom, Spectrum. If Spectrum is in your area, they're giving students 60 days of free internet, right? So on the Google Classroom, there is the telephone number. Your families can call and check in. They probably have to prove that you're a student, but other than that, you guys should be fine. Alex, if you don't have any questions, you can leave. Because yes, I'm done with the content. I'm just taking questions right now. Yes, I can do that. I'll make it another Moby classwork, and then that'll help you a little bit. So, Jonathan, I need to know if not having Wi-Fi is not having service, or your computer is not connecting. If your computer is not connecting, I need to put a ticket in for you. Yeah, I think it's pretty cool. I just really hope that Spectrum is in your area, because internet can get tricky and frustrating. Yeah, no problem. Jonathan? Is it the computer not connecting to home Wi-Fi, or you don't have service? Okay, so then can you have your family contact Spectrum and see if they're in your area, and they'll give it to you for free? That's why I'm here. I miss you guys too. But you guys are doing a great job. Please keep it up, and please reach out to your classmates, because this week we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 at some point. That's still not half of our class. You don't? Okay. Jonathan, can you see the Google Classroom? Because if not, I'll type it here. I'll put their phone number for you. Let's see. Phone number. Here, let's copy that and put it in our stream. Spectrum, right here. No, Alana, we have to be safe. So for those of you still in the stream, I just put down the phone number that was given to us for Spectrum, or shared with us, I should say. Call them up, see if they're in your area. Stephanie, you want the page for what? the work that we did today or the page for the work that you have to complete? Everything. Okay, so let me show you the agenda really quick again, and you can watch the stream again once I post the link. All right. So let's see what am I doing wrong here? There we go. Lesson 11, activity 3. Go to that page. That was the homework that we went over. Lesson 12, activity 2, lesson 12, activity 4. And then on Google Classroom is lesson 12's exit ticket. I hope that answers your question. Okay, cool. Miss today. Okay, perfect. So Jonathan, if that works out for you, perfect. If it doesn't, let him know about the spectrum, okay? At least write down the information and give it to him. It's not up to me, sweetheart. You'll be okay. You guys are handling this really well. If you guys have any questions, let me know. Okay, no problem. All right, guys, I'm gonna end here. I'll attach the link on Classroom in case you need it. And if you have any questions, please let me know, okay? All right, have a good day and stay safe. I'll see you tomorrow morning. Okay.